anytime you can come out with a win in the playoffs, especially in a close one like that, I think it's big for your momentum.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zoo.
You know I back out there, turn the pack out, big boy straight up fenders.
Credit to Jay. We were trying to get a lob for DA, and he had the awareness to just put it up there where DA could only get it. Book sets a great screen, Jay makes a great pass.
Be out of your mind, you think we ain't spinning for ball, we spinning for show.
In the play, man, that's just execution at its finest.
Crowder looking, throws it alley. Oh! Ayton puts it down! There's no goaltending on an inbound pass.
Anything close to a dub and the young in the walk for 100, he down to get caught. Long as I sit on my items, consider it bought.
Sun rises here in New York City and certainly will be around the country, but the Suns last night, up now 2-0 in their series, and what a finish to that game. What a finish to that game. And we were talking about Devin Booker, Key, after game one with the 40-point triple-double, and it became that, okay, you know, all the different comparisons, Stephen A. talking about Kobe and waiting to see, all right, what does he do next? Well, what he does next, he doesn't have a great game shooting-wise, but on that final play, for him, with the busted-up nose, blood on his face, and all that stuff, setting a screen on a big on Zubac to allow Ayton to get open, just to make that play. There are times where coaches will watch any sport, and when you see a play run to perfection, I mean, that's nirvana for any coach, no matter what sport you're in. If you watch that play as a coach,
you drew it up, it worked. That's what you're looking for.
To perfection. The pass had to be perfect, the execution, the decoys, all of it. An amazing finish to a game, and now the Suns are 2 games away from the NBA Finals with Chris Paul still waiting to arrive to join them.
You mentioned Booker, the screen, but knocking down the shot with about 30 seconds to go ahead, that was big too.
Yeah.
I mean, that and then it forced, obviously, Paul George and the rest of them to try to get going. When you look at the screen, if I'm Zubac, though, I'm running through him at that point.
Run him over, make him call a foul?
Yeah, if you might as well just run through him. You just kind of stood there.
You got held up, yeah.
Go ahead and just run through him.
Yeah.
Either call a foul or he won't be playing in game 3. Because you're never going to recover and get back to Ayton. Because at that point, you're out of position.
But that pass also had to be perfect, and that was a tough thing for Jay Crowder to throw that pass. And think about it from, again, a football perspective.
Well, the only thing it's going to do is hit the backboard or hit the front of the rim.
Could have hit the side of the backboard, or it could have missed him the other way.
No, it wasn't going to be Ayton too tall, though. I mean, that's a footer that could go up and get it. So when you that big going up and getting it, as long as it's around the rim area, he's going to get it. The worst thing that could have happened, the side of the backboard or the front of the rim. But I think even if it would have probably been close to the front of the rim, Ayton probably could have got it.
That still had to be
pinpoint. It had to be
pinpoint. So much had to happen perfect. That's why I said, if you're a coach and you were watching that play, or even if you watch it back now, no matter what sport you coach, that's the nirvana. For a coach like that, everything worked out perfectly, and it wasn't even out of a timeout. It was out of review, but you had time, Monty Williams did, to put that together. And again, that's also a part of the conversation from last night as well, is that as compelling as that finish was on many levels, in a game that was incredibly pivotal in the Western Conference Finals, there were a lot of delays because of review. There was the one deflection, went out of bounds. You want to make sure you get that one right for possession. There were several, even off the missed three-pointer that led to that pass, had to review and see.
15-minute delays total in the game. So what?
You see this in your sport as well, where there was review.
To chill?
I found it, there's people complaining about it. I found it to be, A, let's get it right.
Got to get it right.
B, it only to me added, didn't it add
intrigue,
to the
drama?
Drama.
Yeah.
The kind of the intensity of, okay, what's going to be the call and what do you do next? And there's, instead of it happening so quickly that now next play, and then you look back and go, oh, they could screw that up. They screwed that up. No, get it right. I feel like that's the most important part.
But even
it right.
Even when they get it right, it's still going to be wrong to others, though.
Always.
Right? I mean, it's just the nature of it. The refs try and do the best they could do, and then all of a sudden, it's still the wrong outcome, especially for the opposing teams and fans.
If it's you, though, don't you want it? If you're in the field, don't you want that call to be right? Take as much time as you need, just get it right. Don't you want that as a player? Wouldn't you want to make sure they get it right instead of hurry up, let's get back to it?
I typically, as a player, knew that it would either be right or wrong based on what I knew happened. Like, I know, okay, I didn't really catch that ball. Or, okay, he really did this. I know, and I'm sitting there. I've told my coaches many times, no, just keep the flag.
Don't
do
review that?
I don't care what they tell you upstairs. I didn't catch it.
Okay.
Or, yeah, go right ahead. I remember playing against the Cleveland Browns and Romeo Cornell. Romeo Cornell was coaching the Cleveland Browns, and I made a catch on the sideline that was, like, ridiculous. And I told Romeo, man, you better put that flag in your back pocket. Don't listen to your people upstairs. And he threw the flag anyway. I said, I told you. I told you. I ain't going to lie to you. So you know, as a player, you really do know what it is that you did wrong or right. You just may not give it off a certain way.
Right.
But you know.
Oh,
man, you know.
Like everybody knows who touched the ball last. But,
you know.
Again, fighting over the ball,
That's
you
why,
hit it last.
That's why
and
a guy's always like.
But we still go this way.
That's why they're always like, dude, what are you doing? And when they get over animated, you know he's probably right. The refs are probably wrong, but he can't get the refs to go and review it. It's too late.
Yeah, but in this case, it's always up to the officials, especially late, and you want to get it right in this game. That's why I'm surprised. Jeff Van Gundy, a coach, you would think a coach, I want you to get this right. I want it right. Is it possession? Is it not possession? Because I need to know what to do next. Plus, the review with no timeouts allows you to buy some time to get your players organized. But listen to Jeff Van Gundy. By the way, before I even get to this, I do need to shout this out. Mike Breen, Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy. Fantastic in the last 2 minutes of that game. I'm telling you, like, again, broadcasting 101. Like, they were fantastic. Even with Mike Breen, with the call on the Ayton slam, makes the call with the great energy he always does, and then lays out and lets the two analysts do what they do and let them talk about what next and what happened and all that stuff. And I just thought it was a fantastic call. But so Jeff is on with Scott Van Pelt. And this was great because Jeff was miserable. He can't stand the reviews. Took too long. Why? And it's
He's a coach.
It's hilarious, though. I thought, why wouldn't you want it to be? I want it right as the coach. But Jeff just wants to, can we just get to the game and stop?
He's not drawing up the play either. It's not his team.
Maybe.
It's not his team.
So you're saying from a viewer perspective.
Yes.
All right, well, listen to this exchange he had with Scott Van Pelt about one benefit that the Suns got off of review.
That never would have been able to happen without that, like you guys want to say, such a great review.
I'm not saying it's a great review. I thought it was appropriate.
No. You guys, let's just stay here till midnight and, review every play. Why is it only the last 2 minutes we want to get them?
Where you want to go or get it to what is it, talking stick? They don't even have credit there. You can't get a marker to play cards in that place, man. Get it right. It's too important not to get it right.
See, if Jeff was the coach, he'd be all for the review.
Because he's got that extra time.
Absolutely. If he was a coach, he'd be the review. He'd draw up the play. He's the hero. He's not coaching. He's not coaching.
So he's just watching.
He's watching.
Well, that's what I need to know. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776.
If that was his Knicks teams or his Houston
Rockets,
team, Jeff would be like, yeah, get it right.
I mean, that's what I feel. But how do you feel as the viewer? Again, 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Was it too much review? Because it wasn't just that play. It wasn't just off the missed three that led to the inbounds pass for the game-winning basket.
Look, dude.
It wasn't that. There were reviews before that as well. What did Alan Yates? What was it? How much time did it take for the last? Yates said this before the show. It was like the last 90 seconds of the game took 20 minutes or something like
That's
that because of all the
They
reviews.
said it took 33 real-time minutes, which is absurd.
Yeah,
33 real-time minutes for the last 90 seconds of the game?
90 seconds, 33
that's
real-time
fine.
minutes. That's a bad
I got 30 more minutes to wait.
I want you to get it right.
I need you to get it right.
There's a lot at stake. A playoff game, obviously, a Western Conference, a 2-0 versus 1-1, critical.
Just imagine, and it's a different sport, different situation, totally. Just imagine if the refs would have just went underneath the hood for the Rams New Orleans Saints play. Just because. They just, you know what? We're going underneath the hood because we need to get that right.
Yeah.
Even though
history would have changed.
Even though I have no idea how he missed that call, but
nobody knows. There had to have been other officials that looked at him going,
I still, to this day, and I know we got to get out of here and get to break, but to this day, I don't understand how your eyes as everybody on the field doesn't follow the ball. The first thing you do, I don't give a damn who you are, your eyes go where the ball goes. And if the ball is traveling and you're here, You look there.
Yeah.
That's just what you do. It's natural.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to be. Each official is supposed to be watching an area.
Doesn't matter. I'm down on that end.
Mm-hmm.
I am the back judge. I'm right there.
See, that
I'm watching.
that one is the one that's the most egregious. But like again, last night to watch, the ball deflect off of 3 hands and go out of bounds, you need to see that in slow motion.
Yeah, because you don't know which hands are touching
So again,
which.
Was it too much review? Or was it get it right? 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. A lot to get to today, of course. Jay will join us in the 7 o'clock hour, get his take on things as he is in Phoenix with NBA Countdown as well. More on this game, including why the series is not the 0-2 haunting the Clippers this morning. That's not the only thing haunting the Clippers this morning. That's after Key has this from